Mrs. Reed back to share another chapter of E.B. White's Charlotte's Web. Today we're going to be reading chapter 7. It's called Bad News. Wilbur liked Charlotte better and better each day. Her campaign against insects seemed sensible and useful. Hardly anybody around the farm had a good word to say about a fly. The cows hated them, the horses detested them, the sheep loathed them, and Mr. and Mrs. Zuckerman were always complaining about them and having to put screens up. Wilbur admired the way Charlotte managed. He was particularly glad that she was always putting her victim to sleep before eating it. So she's not being cruel, she's just getting her nourishment in the kindest way she can. "It's really thoughtful of you to do that, Charlotte," he said. "Yes," she replied in her sweet musical voice. "I always give them an anesthetic so that they won't feel pain. It's a little service that I like to throw in," meaning like a little nicety. As the days went by, Wilbur grew and grew. He ate 3 big meals a day. He spent long hours lying on his side, half asleep, dreaming pleasant dreams. He enjoyed good health and he gained a lot of weight. And one afternoon, when Fern was sitting on her stool, the oldest sheep walked into the barn and stopped to pay a call on Wilbur, meaning say hello. "Hello," she said. "Seems to me you've been putting on some weight." "Yes, I guess I am," replied Wilbur. "At my age, it's a good idea to keep gaining." "Just the same, I don't envy you," said the old sheep. "You know why they're fattening you up, don't you?" "No," said Wilbur. "Well, I don't like to spread bad news," said the sheep, "but they're fattening you up because they're going to kill you. That's why." "They're going to what?" screamed Wilbur. Fern grew rigid on her stool. "Kill you. Turn you into smoked bacon and ham." And continued the old sheep. "Almost all young pigs get murdered by the farmer as soon as the real cold weather sets in. That's a regular conspiracy around here to kill you at Christmas time. Everybody is in on the plot. Lee, Lurvy, Zuckerman, and even John Arabelle." "Mr. Arabelle?" said Wilbur. "Fern's father?" "Certainly. When a pig is to be butchered, everybody helps. And I'm an old sheep. And I see the same thing, the same old business, year after year. Arabelle arrives with this 22 and he boop. "Stop!" screamed Wilbur. "I don't want to die. Somebody save me. Somebody help me." Fern was about to jump up when a voice was heard. "Be quiet, Wilbur," said Charlotte, who had been listening to this awful conversation. "I can't be quiet," screamed Wilbur, racing up and down. "I don't want to be killed. I don't want to die. Is it true that what the old sheep says, Charlotte? Is it true that they're going to kill me when the cold weather comes?" "Well," said the spider, plucking thoughtfully at her web, "the old sheep has been around in the barn a long time, and she's seen many a spring and pig come and go. If she says they plan to kill you, I'm sure it's true. It's also the dirtiest trick I ever heard of. What people don't think of." Wilbur burst into tears. "I don't want to die," he moaned. "I want to stay alive right here in my comfortable manure pile. With all of my friends, I want to breathe the beautiful air and lie in the beautiful sun." "You are certainly making a beautiful noise," snapped the old sheep. "I don't want to die," screamed Wilbur, throwing himself on the ground. "You shall not die," said Charlotte briskly. "What? Really?" cried Wilbur. "Who's going to save me?" I am, said Charlotte. How? Said Wilbur. That remains to be seen, but I'm going to save you. And I want you to quiet down immediately. You're crying on in a childish way, so stop your crying and stop the hysterics. I think that I would probably be feeling pretty hysterical, meaning crazy upset, if I found out that was my fate. And that, my friends, is the end of chapter 7. This is Wilbur feeling very upset, and the sheep kind of scolding him for being so loud. I'm so happy that Wilbur has Charlotte as a friend. It's important to have somebody that's around that you can count on to stand up for you. Thanks for tuning in and being a listener. I'll see you next time for chapter 8.